Hello everyone, this is the group project presentation for Mpu3422 Integrity and Anti-Corruption. Our topic is the FIFA corruption scandal. We are group 11 and I'll be passing on to Akshay to introduce our case study. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Akshay and today I'll cover the FIFA corruption scandal. The World Cup, held every 4 years, is the football's biggest event, drawing millions of fans and boosting a host's economy and global standing in the world. This makes hosting highly competitive, sometimes leading to unethical tactics that they do, especially bribery. FIFA's host selection has been plagued by corruption. One of the best example, or the first example that we'll cover today, is the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Now, the FIFA Executive Committee, particularly CONCACAF, played a key role in host selection. They voted for it. South Africa allegedly paid a $10 million bribe to Jack Warner, who's involved heavily, the president of CONCACAF, and the FIFA vice president to secure votes, to make him influence others to secure votes as well. He is notorious for corruption, may you note. To hide his bribe, instead of direct payment, 10 million was deducted from South Africa's FIFA operational budget and wired to Jack Warner under the Diaspora Legacy Program, a supposed Caribbean football initiative. However, Warner funneled the money into personal accounts for luxury expense and investments. The scheme was exposed further when Chuck Blazer admitted it was a bribe. His testimony triggered investigations that revealed deep-rooted corruption in FIFA, highlighting the role of bribery and corruption. Now, moving on to the 2018 World Cup, FIFA's selection of Russia as the host raised some serious concerns due to allegation of bribery and vote trading. England was widely expected to win the bid due to their strong footballing heritage and infrastructure, making their rejection a shock to the entire world. This was further pushed when Sepp Blatter suggested that the decision to avoid Russia with the World Cup hosting rights was made even before the selection process was complete. The England Football Association later revealed that four FIFA officials, mainly Nicholas Leos, Jack Warner, Ricardo Texeira, and Warabi Makudi, demanded personal favors for their votes, such as $2.5 million, and even one of them wanted a knighthood. Now, later, we also found out that the US Department of Justice did an investigation and revealed that Jack Warner received $5 million to support Russia's bid. Russian intermediaries funneled the payment through offshore shell companies to mask the transaction and eliminate direct links between Warner and Russia. Now, beyond just financial aspects of it, FIFA highest-ranking official at the time, Sepp Blatter, allegedly accepted bribes from a Russian oligarch, which this was later confirmed by Vladimir Putin, which stated that an oligarch had bribed Blatter to ensure Russia won hosting rights. This is a clear-cut case of corruption. Moving on to the 2022 World Cup, which is the most recent World Cup held in Qatar, their selection to host the World Cup was a surprise to many, because they have no football history, extreme climate, and a barrage of human rights issues. Now, the bribery was done mainly through one person called Mohammed bin Hammam, which was the former FIFA Executive Committee member who ran a $5 million bribery network funneling money through offshore accounts to secure votes. One of the individuals that received this bribe money was Jack Warner, allegedly receiving $1.6 million to push support for Qatar. Beyond just cash bribes, bin Hammam used gift tactics, gifting all expense-paid trips and spending money of about $200,000 to FIFA Executive Committee members. He also funded Reynald Tamari's legal fees to prevent a pro-Australia vote, ensuring Qatar's advantage. Now, beyond that, Qatar Nationals Bank QNB was central to the scheme, as US court documents revealed $330 million was made in payments to 22 FIFA Executive Committee members, and this gained Qatar the influence to get 14 votes over USA's 8. Now, moving on to political influence, Qatar secured votes through political deals. At the Élysée Palace at France, UFA's president and Qatar's emir met together, where Qatar would agree to buy over PSG and UFA's president would vote for them. This is the clear-cut case of corruption and one of the biggest in the world. Thank you.
The 2015 indictments will shed light on FIFA's multiple acts of corruption, including the ulterior motives behind them. One of these would be to secure media and marketing rights. Media marketing rights are highly profitable, especially when viewed by many. Two of those events would be the Copa America and the Gold Cup, of which FIFA and other organizations would engage in bribes worth millions of dollars, and would involve people such as Chuck Blazer, who would eventually lead to the downfall of FIFA, as he testified against them. The sponsorship deals were also a part of this, as brands wanted to outfit the best performing teams to promote their brand. As such, they would pay bribes to outfit the best teams, with 40 million going to FIFA and the rest going to different organizations just to secure those sponsorship rights. Although we must mention that the 2015 indictments were not the first reports, there were many beforehand. However, these indictments were the first that garnered worldwide attention. and everyone saw through FIFA as a corrupt organization.
So now I'll be talking about offences committed by FIFA officials and the relevant laws as well as the punishment they receive. So there are three main offences they committed. First is bribery and kickbacks. So many FIFA officials have accepted millions of dollars in bribes in exchange for many benefits such as World Cup hosting, broadcasting deals, and marketing contracts. So they have violated US Foreign Corrupt Practice Act, Swiss anti-corruption laws, and FIFA code of ethics. So many in US, they are up to 20 years in prison, and Switzerland is up to 5 years in prison. Second is fraud and wire fraud. So some FIFA officials are engaged in fraudulent activities such as submitting false finance report and manipulating voting process. So they have violated wire fraud status. So they receive up to 20 years in prison. And lastly is money laundering. So many FIFA officials have funded illicit funds through offshore accounts and shell companies to disguise their transaction. So they have violated Money Laundering Control Act and Bank Secrecy Act. So they have received up to 20 years in prison for asset forfeiture.
Hi everyone, my name is Bryan Chow. Now I'm going to talk about the timeline of a former FIFA president, Sepp Blatter. So Sepp Blatter was the president of FIFA for a long time, but his time ended in scandal. He was accused of corruption and was banned from football. The trouble started on May 27, 2015, when police arrested 7 FIFA officials for bribery. The US government helped with the investigation. Even though there was a scandal, Blatter won another election on May 29, 2015, but many people wanted him to step down. On September 25, 2015, FIFA suspended Blatter and another official, Michel Platini, because of a suspicious payment. On December 21st, 2015, FIFA banned Blatter from football for 8 years because he broke the rules. His ban was later reduced to 4 years. In the end, Blatter's time as FIFA president ended in disgrace. This showed the need for honesty in football. Thank you.
The FIFA corruption scandal had severe consequences for individuals involved, particularly in terms of reputational damage and legal consequences. One notable example is Juan Antonio Nepal, the former CONMEBOL president and FIFA vice president. He was found guilty of accepting millions in bribes from sports marketing firms in exchange for media and marketing rights. When the scandal was exposed, he lost the trust of the organizations and individuals he represented, damaging his credibility and career. Beyond reputational damage, the legal consequences were significant. Nepal was sentenced to 9 years in prison, fined $1 million, and ordered to forfeit over $3.3 million. This case highlights how corruption can lead to a complete loss of authority, public shame, and severe financial penalties. Ultimately, engaging in corruption not only ruins careers, but also destroys trust, credibility, and personal legacy, showing that the risks far outweigh any potential gains.
Hello, I am Bryan Yap, and I will be explaining the implications for organization. Thank you, Cremy. Now, there is 2 things that you need to look forward to, which is the organization integrity, where the rules of laws and market distortion also destroys the fruit of trust built upon years of rebuilding the company. And the second would be it creates an unfair competition within the game and organization, whether it's internal and external. Next would be the reputation and performance. It exposes the legal stakeholder, which also opportunity which worsen, while also opportunity worsens its reputation. So when it exposes all your legal stakeholder, it also reduces your opportunity in reputation itself. Impacts on tournaments such as FIFA World Cup. It also a false start as people start questioning whether it's really honest and trustworthy. And third and final, last but not least, would be the effect on larger market with fan engagement within the FIFA community or football community is steadily drop, which also kind of affects the trust, whether from the viewer side to the organization side. Thank you.
From the 2015 FIFA scandal to questionable World Cup bids, we've seen how power without integrity leads to corruption. So, what can be done to fix it? Let's take a look at the steps to address this. Firstly, FIFA should enhance their financial transparency. Their lack of financial oversight has allowed corruption to thrive. To address this, FIFA must publicly disclose all financial transactions, particularly those related to sponsorships and World Cup host selections. Independent third-party audits will boost accountability, while real-time transaction monitoring can prevent financial misconduct before it happens. A great example is Malaysia's Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, which successfully enforced the AML-CFT framework during the 1MDB investigations, which by adopting similar policies and partnering with organizations like the Financial Action Task Force, ATF, FIFA can ensure compliance with international financial transparency standards. Next, the World Cup bidding process could be reformed. The selection of World Cup host nations has been plagued by bribery and secret dealings. To fix this, FIFA must implement a transparent voting system where all ballots are publicly disclosed to ensure fair decision making. Moreover, an independent oversight body similar to Malaysia's Enforcement Agency Integrity Commission EAIC should be established to monitor ethical compliance during the bidding process. By enforcing strict regulations and ethical guidelines, FIFA can restore integrity in host selection. Moving on, FIFA should restrict executive powers and term limits. Their executives have historically held excessive power, leading to unchecked corruption. To prevent this, strict term limits should be introduced for key executive positions so that leadership remains accountable and preventing long-term monopolization of power. Decision-making authority should also be decentralized, distributing power more evenly within the organization. Adopting governance models from other international sports bodies, such as the International Olympic Committee IOC, can provide a strong foundation for leadership integrity and long-term reform. That's all from me. Hong Liang will now further elaborate on more steps.
Thank you, HD, for
Thank
being
you.
patience, and I'm Hong Liang. Here's the next step you can take. By implementing whistleblower protections, whistleblowers always face retaliations and risk mandate exposing corruption case. There is also lack of robust protection mechanism discourages reporting. Hence, here the solution we can take. By ensuring the confidentiality, which will guarantee the whistleblowers is anonymous. Also, we need to protecting the whistleblowers from any retaliations. Next, the whistleblowers can immunity from any liability. Hence, this will encourages FIFA officials, employees, and stakeholders to report the corruption case without any fear. Nextly, we can also implement a stronger anti-corruption law and enforcement. For current situation, the anti-corruption law enforcement is too big, which allow unethical behavior to persist. Hence, here's the solution we can take. By collaborating with law enforcement further, like the US Department of Justice and Interpol to investigate further the corruption cases. Also, implement a stricter penalty to the person who involved in corruptions. Besides, we can also create a FIFA-specific law which will provide us a efficient and targeted law to address corruption case in FIFA. And now I pass to Jeffrey. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Xi Qian. Now I'm going to talk about the lesson we can learn from the FIFA corruption scandal. This case reveals serious problem in leadership, transparency, and fairness in international organizations. Now let's go through the key points and what we can take away from these scandals. So first, we need to see is the key lesson for the FIFA scandals. The lack of accountability and oversight allows corruption to grow within FIFA. Officials misuse their powers, accept bribes, and make shady deals. If there were stronger rules and independence checks, this could have been prevented. Next is financial transparency was a big issue. FIFA hid bribes by labeling them as developer funds and move money through offshore accounts. Without proper finance rules, this action went unnoticed. The solutions is to have independence of this and public financials reporting to keep things honest. Not only that, this scandal also had a huge impact on football. It damaged FIFA reputations, made people question World Cup selections, and reduced trust in the sport. This shows how corruption in one organization can affect the whole industry. Thank you. Now I'm going to pass to Muhammad.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed and I'll be summarizing our case study. FIFA has long been the global authority in football, but its legacy has been significantly tarnished by corruption. From vote rigging to financial misconduct, FIFA's history is marred by scandals, particularly in World Cup host selection and media rights. Key scandals such as the 2010 South Africa World Cup, the controversial 2018 Russia, and the 2020 Qatar bid all revealed a culture of corruption. The legal actions that followed, including the arrest and bans of top of FIFA officials, highlighted the organization's deep rooted governance issues. The proposed reforms, including greater financial transparency, public voting in the bidding process, and leadership term limits, which are essential to restore FIFA's integrity and fairness. To conclude, the FIFA corruption scandals underscores the critical need for ethical leadership, transparency, and accountability within global organizations. If FIFA commits to implementing these reforms and establishes continuous oversight, it can regain public trust. By ensuring that the organization serves all stakeholders and not just a select few, FIFA can restore its credibility and position as the guardian of football. Rebuilding trust won't be easy, but it is necessary to ensure the sport's integrity for future generations. Thank you.